Hey, what is up guys? My name is Asfen and welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to be going over my music collection. Now this is going to be going over my CDs and vinyl records that I own, no tapes or 8-tracks or anything like that. I'm not too big into listening to tapes and stuff, just like I said, mainly CDs and vinyls. And none of these are in any particular order or anything, just the way I have them stacked on my desk right here. So let's get straight into it. So the first ones that I'm going to go over are just some that I have in my just like little CD thing that don't necessarily have a specific case to them. So the first one is Nirvana's MTV Unplugged CD. This is one of my mom's CDs that she gave me. Listened to it many times. This is the Unplugged in New York. Unplugged. And right here I have Imagine Dragons and Night Visions. In my old music taste, I don't necessarily listen to Imagine Dragons anymore. I mean, I still listen to Origins every now and again, which I do have on CD. I have Origins on CD. I don't necessarily listen to Imagine Dragons much anymore, but still, Origins is pretty good. And then, let's see, what else do I have? I think everything else that I have has a case. Other than Metallica Black Album, like if you listen to metal or any rock, you should have that in your collection. And I think that's about it for CDs that I have with cases. So I have just a couple of little pamphlets right here that I didn't have enough cases for to put the little pamphlets in. But I have The Sickness by Disturbed, which was one of my mom's, and then 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage by Cold. This is one of my most favorite albums ever. And then here's the CD for it. Beautiful looking CD. If you haven't listened to it, you need to. So I think that's it for this, and then we'll go over this. So, first one, Regional at Best by 21 Pilots. Came out in 2011. One of my most favorite 21 Pilots albums ever. It just sucks that their record company has pretty much gotten rid of it. This isn't an official one. This is one of the ones that you can get off of Etsy for really cheap. I don't have the CD in it. It's in that case, but I'm not gonna open it. It has all the songs on the back of it. So it's not like the official one, but it's a British copy. And then right here, ABBA Gold. You make fun of me all you want, but this album is great. Next, I have Self-Titled by 21 Pilots. Same thing with that. It's not an actual copy. I'm not that rich. I'm not rich at all. I don't even have $10 in my bank account. But like I said, it's just a British copy of it. Still a great sounding CD though, if you have the time and you want to get these two off of Etsy. I forgot the other person's name who does it. Next, after that is Dysfunction by Staind. This is one of my favorite Staind albums. I think it was their first. It came out in 99, I think. 90, I can't exactly remember, but it's got some really great songs on it. If you haven't listened to it, listen to it. This next one is Evolve by Imagine Dragons. It's not my most favorite Imagine Dragons album ever. Like I said, it's probably either Smoke and Mirrors or ignore that, or Origins. Ignore that. And yes, the case is all beat up. That's why I just flipped it right out. I've had it for years. Then we have Staind, Break the Cycle. So it's got like, what is it? It's been a while. Like it's been a while. You know what I'm saying? No? Okay. Next up we have Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots. Their brand new album. Great album. Like, I don't have the CD in there, but great album. A lot of people don't like it because it's not like, it doesn't stick to like their old tone that they used to have, and I personally like it. I like its happy, upbeat tone to all the songs. Next we have, I think, Lateralis by Tool. I don't know why that's not closed. Great album, great music. Tool is awesome. It's a really great album, like especially because it has like some of their more popular songs like Schism in it. It's such a good album, and it's one of my favorite Tool albums ever. Next up is Load by Metallica. It's not my most favorite Metallica album. I think my most favorite is probably Kill 'Em All or Reload. I like the Reload album a lot. Not too much as Load, but Load is still a really good album. I love 2x4. one of my most favorite Metallica songs. Next, we have Deftones' White Pony. It's one of my favorite Deftones albums. It's got my most favorite Deftones song on there, which is Teenager. I don't know if you guys have seen me wearing my Deftones shirt on this channel before. I'm not too sure. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have the CD in it. The CD's actually right here. There you go. It's got like a metallic look to it, like it's all sparkly. Super cool. The next up, we have Slipknot Antennas to Hell, because it's got like a bunch of Slipknot's more popular songs, so like Eyeless, Sick, Disaster Piece, all the way up to, I think, not We Are Not Your Kind. I'm trying to think. Whichever one has like Snuff on it, and like Dead Memories. And it goes all the way up. So mostly like Joey Jordison's phase into Slipknot, which rip to Joey Jordison, by the way. Next up, we have No Pun Intended by Tyler Joseph. This is not necessarily a 21 Pilots album, but it was made by Tyler Joseph, and if you can see where the inspiration from Regional at Best's album cover came from. Granted, this came out in 2007, so I was a year old when this album came out. But it is so good. It's got some really good songs on it, like Taco Bell Saga. Best 21 Pilots song ever. Next up, we have Blurry Face by 21 Pilots. I just got this in the mail 2 days ago, I think. Great quality, but the thing is, when I ordered this, the front cover had a big crack in it right here. So I just had to replace it. Nothing big of a deal. The back of my head is itchy because I have to wear a beanie because the last haircut I got looks stupid. Next up, we have Self-Titled by Korn. Best Korn album. Well, I think I'm tied between like my favorite Korn albums. My top three would probably be this, Life is Peachy, and why is it blanking my mind right now? The one with Falling Away From Me. And then for the last CD, The Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water by Limp Bizkit. I do not have the CD. My mom apparently has it somewhere. A lot of these are my mom's, like not all of them. I mean, like the Korn one, Deftones, those ones are mine, and the Metallica ones, but the Tool, Stained, The Disturbed, and Cold, those are all my mom's, because that was her old music taste. And I think that's it for the CDs. Now we'll go into the vinyls. So first up is Deer by Cavetown. One of his like best artwork ever. I'll open it up and show you guys the vinyl itself. This one that I got specific is in great quality. It's an LP, so it's not like a full album, you know what I mean? It's just got 4 songs on it. Oh god. Ah! Good thing it's a one-sided record. Here it is. It's the way the vinyl looks. It is such a good looking vinyl. This side, you can bang it up as much as you want, and you're not going to damage the record. Because it is a one-sided record, it has 4 songs on it. Really good album. I definitely recommend it if you haven't listened to Cavetown, or if you do and you haven't listened to Deer. Really good songs on it. Set that there. Next up, we have Self-Titled by Cavetown. Now, I do not understand what this artwork is. This is not what I thought it was going to be, but apparently it's like some like limited edition, because when I was opening the thing, like on the like plastic wrap that's around it, it said something about it being limited edition, and in parentheses it said rare. So, I don't know. So it's got like Meteor Shower, Everything is Temporary, Banana Bread, Devil Town. And I've never seen this artwork before. I don't understand. And when you open it up, you get to see all the lyrics. On that side, there's nothing. So this was his first album, I believe. And this is the way that the record looks. It reminds me of the way that the Lemon Boy vinyl was supposed to look. Like with that yellow and blue type thing. It looks like that on both sides. This exact record that I got is in perfect quality. Like, sorry about that. Anyways, it is like very low noise. It is very good quality. It doesn't skip anywhere. You know how like some records will have like that kind of like wobbly sound to them, but like the record itself isn't wobbly at all, but it just has like that sound to it. Deer kind of has that a little bit in Banana Bread, but a little fix for that, you put your record player to as high as it can go, like speed wise, and you let it play through that song, and it'll generally get rid of that. That's from my personal experience. I don't know much about vinyls. I just listen to them. Next up, we have Lemon Boy by Cavetown. My favorite Cavetown albums ever. It's in the red copy. Very bright. Great quality. It did skip in a couple spots, but I played over it a few times, and it kind of got rid of that. And I do know this is not how I store my records, because I know you're not supposed to store them like this. I store them upright. I'm just setting them there for this video. Next up is my all-time favorite Cavetown album, Sleepyhead. I think other than 160416, I have pretty much every Cavetown vinyl and album. Yeah, Sleepyhead has got this really cool turquoise look to it. Really good songs on it. There's the back of it, and that artwork is so cute. Stay there, don't move. Next up, we have, this one is also a little bit more recent, is Ohms by Deftones. This is my most favorite Deftones album that I've listened to. I think aside from either Koi no Yokan or Around the Fur. Those two albums are amazing. I haven't listened to Gore much. I've listened through it a little bit, but I don't remember it at all, and I don't know how. So I've kind of listened through Gore a little bit, and I haven't really listened through Adrenaline. I do love 7 Words, though. That's a really good song. And then White Pony, I also really like. I'm trying to think other Deftones albums. But anyways, Ohms is really good. I'll show you the record. Nothing really too special about the record. It's kind of just like a basic block record. Good lord. Apparently, Chino Moreno is trying to kill me. Really good album. I really recommend it. There's nothing too wrong with the album. The album is in great condition. Perfect condition. Next up, we have Nirvana. So it's got like the best hits of Nirvana. I'm not a poser. I do like Nirvana. I just don't have many of his albums on like physical copies. Anyways, the way that this vinyl looks is probably the most craziest part about it. I did get this from Walmart, which from my experience of buying vinyls, do not buy in person if you have the ability to, and if you have good experience with it. That was my knee hitting my desk. Because I bought about 3 records in person, and all of them have an issue of some sort. This one skips a lot on Sliver, and I think once in You Know You're Right or In Bloom, I can't remember. But just, every other song on here is really good quality. It doesn't skip anywhere else. So this one's pretty good. And on the back. And then it's got like a bunch of stuff on a little slip in there. Next up, probably gonna annoy you, more 21 Pilots. This is Vessel by 21 Pilots. Amazing. It was kind of the replacement for Regional at Best when it was either Warner or Fueled by Roman that wanted to get rid of it. I cannot remember. So that's pretty much why they had to make this album. Because it has a lot of the same songs as Regional at Best, and that was also a reason why they wanted to get rid of it. Here's the back, front, and then the vinyl itself is kind of the way that the vinyls always look. I don't know if there's really a normal version of the vinyl, but it's clear, really cool looking, really awesome looking. And then next up, we have Trench, which I bought at a Barnes & Noble. Oh, I forgot to mention, this was also one of my first records. And I got it off of Amazon, and it's in perfect quality. Next up is Trench, but like I said, I got this at a Barnes & Noble up in Pueblo. No, I got it in Colorado Springs, Colorado. If you haven't gone to that Barnes & Noble, they have some really good books. But the thing is, when I was there was probably either an 8 or a 9-year-old, did not seem very old at all, was holding this and was asking her mom for it, and she said no. and she went to go put it back, but she didn't put it back correctly, so it dropped. It dropped right on the floor, smacked right like this, and I think it hit right on the corner right there, because that's been there since I've gotten it, and it hit on the corner and then smack right on the ground, and I was like, oh my god, because I know, at least when I was looking for this album on vinyl, it was really difficult to just get like the normal version of it. Like, I wasn't gonna pay $50 for the 10-inch vinyl that doesn't even have all the songs in it or whatever. I don't know. But anyways, it does skip. It's a decent quality. It's not like the best quality. It skips on one spot on Pet Cheetah, and it does skip in a couple spots on the first album, or on the first record, by the way, because it is the 2 vinyl deal. Oop, you open it up, it's like a book. But Trench is a very good album by 21 Pilots. It's one of my favorites. The next up is Blurry Face by 21 Pilots. Now I have a CD of it, as you saw. I have both the CD and I had the CD of Trench. I don't know if any of you guys remember, but I gave it to my friend because she didn't have any 21 Pilots CDs or anything at the time, and we both are obsessed with 21 Pilots. Anyways, but the sad thing about this, and kind of the reason why I had to get the CD, oh, it's flailing around. It's not like it's a playable record anyways, because I got it from Walmart, okay? And I didn't think anything of it. I was new into buying records, so I didn't know anything about vinyl records or how really delicate they are. And then when I got it and I was playing through it, everything was great until you got stressed out. Literally the second song on the whole album, and it just starts skipping like crazy. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of stupid. And then I switched to Ride, which was the very next song after that, and it was good. It's a great quality song. And then you get to Fairly Local, and it's, yet again, it's just completely unplayable. So I switched to the other side. The other side is a lot better. It still skips in Lane Boy a little bit. And then, oh boy, I get to the second album, and my god, it doesn't skip anywhere. But it has such a bad wobbly sound to it. I don't know how to fix it. I've done like the fast thing. It does not work for this vinyl. I don't know what it is. And these have been sitting on the Walmart shelf near the CDs for months. And when I was getting this album, there was about 2 others when I was there. They're still there. It's been almost a year since I've gotten this vinyl, and it's just, oh god, it saddens me. So if you have the ability to, don't buy vinyls in person. I mean, other than that, the songs that are good, they're great quality, and I might get, like a limited edition just to feel better about myself or something. I don't know. So if you have the ability to, especially from Walmart, don't get your vinyls from Walmart. Or if you do see them in public and you just have to have it right there, be wary. Because it also is not like this was cheap at all either. This was $30, which is a little bit on the expensive side for like basic vinyls. And next up, my official first vinyl that I ever got way back in 2019, before I even had my record player, which you can see over there. It's just a little small stupid thing. But it's the Stranger Things soundtrack. Now, my mom has just informed me today that the season 4 is either already out or coming out soon, and I don't know her exact words, but I got this. It's only got the songs from season 1 and 2, which I don't understand. But it's got some really good songs on there, like You Don't Mess Around with Jim. That's a really good song. Everything's in good quality. I made a stupid decision by, trying to do that thing where, you've probably seen it on TikTok a lot, where they put the vinyl records on their walls. That was a stupid idea, and I'm obviously not going to do that ever again, but it's got, I don't know if you can see that. Come on, where is it? I'm going to just maneuver it until you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oh my lord, no, I've already passed over it. Oh my lord, this is way more difficult than it needs to be. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it right there. It's just a massive scratch that goes all along right there. Other than that, it's in great quality. The scratch isn't too noticeable. So anyways, this has been my music collection. I've been collecting music and CDs for, I'd say, about a year and a half now. I haven't really gotten too much into it till more recently, I'd say. I want to get a bunch more soon, so maybe expect like a updated one in the near future. I don't know. And it has been a little bit since I've uploaded the last video I uploaded. Got a little bit of traction. I think I'm probably wrong about that, and I probably am. But, anyways, that's been my music collection, just, kind of like, obviously, showing my collection of music. And just, kind of showing you guys, like, my kind of music taste. I mean, you guys obviously know I listen to 21 Pilots. I've been listening to 21 Pilots since I was probably 9 or 10 years old, because it was my friend who introduced me to them. My friend and her parents are the ones who introduced me to 21 Pilots, and oddly enough, Blurryface was not the first album I ever heard. It was the original version of House of Gold from Regional at Best. It wasn't the Vessel version of it. It was like the raw House of Gold from 2011, which I don't know if you can find it on YouTube anymore. It's probably really difficult to. But if you can try, find the original version of, dang, I'd say almost all the songs on it. Like, I'd say mainly Ode to Sleep, Car Radio, Holding On To You, House of Gold, definitely. Trying to think. I'd say even Car Radio, not necessarily in Guns for Hands, because I think that's the same. But try and listen to the original versions of those, and then listen to the Vessel versions of it. It is so different, especially the Ode to Sleep. It is so different. Like, it's a lot less produced, and just a lot more raw, I'd say. But, I mean, both are still great. I mean, I still love both. But like I said, I didn't, like, the first year or so that I was listening to 21 Pilots, I didn't know of the House of Gold that we know of today. I know of this one. I know of it being a bonus track in Regional at Best. Because, I mean, it was, what, just 4 years after this album came out, I would say. And then Vessel came out just a year after, but it was still House of Gold. That's the one that I always listen to. Because I never watched the music video. Not until like after this album had came out and all that stuff. But anyways, oh my lord, some more video ideas are coming about your way. I've got some strings coming in the mail from my electric guitar, so some thicker gauge strings. I think all that are on it now are some cheapy factory strings that I think are only like 9 or 10 gauge. So not very good for drop C, and that's the tuning I play in. So I've got some really nice 11 gauge strings from Drop Down Tuning coming in the mail, and then some Ernie Ball cleaner. So I want to get some guitar videos out, because, I mean, have you ever tried to play in a drop tuning with a gauge of string that's too small for that exact tuning? Does not sound good in any way, shape, or form. So I've got some 11 gauge strings by Drop Down Tuning coming in the mail, which a lot of people said were really good. I hope I'm right about that. And then some few other things that are coming in the mail that might be in a YouTube video soon. Hold on. Now you get to see how bad my haircut is. Anyways, my dad was calling me. I gotta go watch my siblings for a bit. But I'm gonna end up the video anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, some new videos are coming out soon. And this is my music collection. And I'll see you people at some point in the near future. Bye-bye. I don't know.